The Knicks have done it. We finally had a parade for the first time in 53 years. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. It is great to be back here to collaborate with my fellow Nick friend, frequent collaborator, Jason Guido. Jason, we
Yeah,
finally are doing our first concert together, but as champions, because not just them, but all of us Nick fans were champions today as well.
yeah, no, incredible. Like I've been watching the Knicks a long time. I mean, I've seen almost every playoff game. I've seen every playoff game since probably the late '80s, and it was incredible. I didn't think that they were going to win. I really didn't. I'm always negative, but at least in that aspect. But they finally they did it. So it's great for the city. New York's first championship since the New York Giants. So I mean, I don't know what to say. It was just I was so happy. I mean, I couldn't express how happy I was.
Jason, I saw the 2009 Yankees at the parade when they won. I was there with my sister. I was there with my sister as well in when the Giants won in 2011, even though the Super Bowl was in early 2012, but the
Right, right.
season was 2011. We were both there for both parades, but ever since then, my priorities have changed. I got tired of being in overcrowded environments. I'm not a fan of overcrowded environments. So I knew that when the Knicks won, that the championship shirts were going to sell like hotcakes in a minute. And I knew that the stations were going to be packed. Everything that I expected it happened. So, but thankfully, you know, I
You
have a
got your
Knicks
gear.
shirt
You got
and I
your
have
gear.
three Knicks hats. So I decided to throw this one on.
My some of my championship gear is coming, but the Knicks broke
But
a
wait,
record,
hold on, Jason,
and
hold on. I'm gonna feed it to you soon. So I didn't go to this parade because number one, priorities have changed. Number two, I don't like being surrounded in crowded environments.
right.
And people just don't know how to act nowadays. We saw that when after they won, they were
Yeah,
destroying property. They were burning school buses. Um, People were getting injured. So I that was not a surprise to me. But I felt so comfortable watching everything through my TV screen. This was the first time that I saw a championship parade from start to finish. And the fact that it happened in the heart of New York City, it was just magnificent. I mean, I almost cried when I saw it was official that the Knicks won it in five. And just to see Patrick Ewing at the parade, seeing Spike Lee there, seeing Walt Clyde Frazier there, seeing everyone, Allen Houston, seeing everyone, whether they were at the Garden or at the
right.
parade, it was just beautiful. This is a tremendous story, and you know this very well, Jason, that ratings go through the roof, and it's a
Absolutely.
bigger storyline when it's a big market city. So the fact that we are having this after 53 years, and just to see the joy on everyone's face, it just reminds me of why to continue to pursue with what I'm doing. And I'm sure that that is giving you that same fire in your belly as well to continue to do what you're
Absolutely.
doing. There's so much I want to say, Jason, but I'm not gonna hog it up. I'm gonna feed it to you.
No, no. It's fine. I was gonna uh continue what you were saying that when you said you bought Knicks gear. I mean, they broke the record. They were selling 8,000 items per minute. The Knicks they broke the Philadelphia
Fanatics.
Fanatics. That's it, Fanatics. They broke their record. I think the Eagles had the record. The Patriots and the Yankees they were selling, like I said, 8,000 items per minute. There were over a million people at the parade yesterday. All former Knicks were there. I mean, the ratings were off the roof. They had like I believe 37 million viewers. I don't know if it was on ABC. It was on ABC or whichever channel it was on. They had 33 million viewers, which was the most since Michael Jordan and the Bulls of 1998. So they really, the Knicks really brought the city. People were watching in the United States and all around the world. It was really something I've never witnessed before. Not like this anyway.
When I received a notification that Game Five was the highest, the most
Right.
watched NBA Finals game since '98, that was shocking, super shocking to me. But that goes to show you the power of when it's a market city like New York. If it's New York, Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago,
Right.
ratings are going to do well in a championship round. Had it gone 6 and 7, it would have gone even much more higher. But that
That's
didn't happen. Um, but man, it is just unbelievable with what I'm saying, Jason. This is in a world that it is so woke, super soft, super political. This has
well,
been the best story.
no,
That
absolutely.
in terms of sports, this is the best sports story since 2016 when we saw the Cavs winning at all, and even the Chicago Cubs in the same year as well.
That's
So
right.
2026 has been the most like, oh my God, sports stories that I'm having fun since 2016, which was 10 years ago. Crazy, but there's just so many heroes, so many people that I'm proud of. Leon Rose has been the unsung hero,
Yes.
um, president of basketball operations for this team. Jalen Brunson taking that pay cut, making sacrifices for the team, answering the critics because up until Jalen Brunson, you rarely saw small point guards leading a team to a championship. So
Right.
he silenced the critics. I'm so happy for Karl Anthony Towns, a guy that's been through so much, losing his mom to
Right.
COVID in
Right.
2020, which that to this day it still bothers me. Um,
That
because
was a
the
big
fact
trade. That was a big trade when the Knicks got him
that
last couple summers ago, right? Yep.
yes, and and
Absolutely.
that jacket looks beautiful, by the way. That jacket they had on the parade,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
So I'm happy for him. Josh Hart is literally what his last name is. He has a lot of
Oh
heart,
yes. Yep.
and
Absolutely.
he is going to be treated like John Starks in the sense that that fan favorite gives it his all on the court. But the difference is that he's a champion, and the Knicks obviously should have won in '94, but that didn't happen. That's just my opinion. I feel like '94 was theirs, but they just didn't get the job done.
Elijah one was good. He was really good, and they had a good defensive team to Rockets. So that's the way. Remember, they won back to back. It wasn't just '94. They won the next year to the Rockets. So they had a solid team. I remember them. But I thought the Knicks were going to win that year too. I agree with you. The Knicks had their chance. So
Yes, but these Knicks, man, OG and Anunoby, that game winner. He won in 2019 with the Raptors, but he was mostly injured. But this one is the more meaningful
right.
championship for him. Their bench, I mean, it is just nice to see the Villanova kids. 10 years ago they won
Right.
with Villanova, and now 10 years later they won together. I mean, that's just amazing script right there.
The Bridges, Brunson, and Hart combination, right? That's the
Yeah.
Villanova crew, correct? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, the Knicks are a very likable team, even outside of New York. A lot of people like this Knicks team. They're very likable. They're not like a team that a lot of people dislike. I've learned that a lot of people were rooting for the Knicks, and it's because of their personalities. They were very, like I said, very likable team. A lot of good players. They pretty much, they don't get into other things. They don't fight on the court, but they're a very likable team.
And how about Mike Brown, a guy that has been
Oh yeah,
scapegoated for a lot of years as a coach? He has the last time he won was an assistant coach when he was under Coach Pop with San Antonio in 2003. And
right,
he has been under scrutiny for such a long time. And even this season, him, Mikal Bridges, Cat, all of these guys have been under scrutiny ever since they
right.
came to New York. But now all of that has been put to rest. They are champions. I'm so looking forward to the ring ceremony next season to start the
Uh,
season. That's gonna be amazing.
San Antonio at the Knicks. That's what we want to see for game one. That's what we want to see.
And this is a nice revenge, to be honest with you, because in '99,
I'm just joking. That was
he
one of the things that was floated out there.
but this is a nice revenge because in '99 the Spurs won in 5 games and they did it on the road, and now the
Right.
Knicks they won in five and they did it in San Antonio. So
Well,
it was nice. It was nice, but
that
in
Knicks
San
team was sort of
Antonio they have
overmatched.
a bright future. San Antonio has a bright
Oh
future.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Wemby, obviously, he did not,
I think he was
he came
tired.
out
I think
he
he
came
wore
out
down.
classless. He came out
Right.
classless.
That's gonna
But
hurt him because he did took some cheap shots at the Knicks, and he wore down at the end of those games. So did the whole Spurs team, in my opinion. They wore down in the last 5 minutes of the games, and that's why the Knicks were able to steal some of these wins and go on to win the championship. But yeah, there was some dirty play by Wembanyama.
and I like Wemby, and I don't want him to become this unlikable player because he is such a amazing talent, and he's young on top of that. So I hope that he matures, as time goes on. But I really don't want him to become this unlikable guy. But if that's the route he wants to go, then he they that's just not isn't just not a good look. So and the
No, it
fact that he
wasn't.
didn't shake their hands after they lost in game 5, that makes it even worse. So the fact that
Yeah,
you had these, he got away with these, fouls, especially a flagrant foul in Jalen Brunson.
I think he was
But
very angry. I think that's what it was. I think that he was with all
yeah,
the stuff that went on. I think he was very not happy with the Knicks, not happy with the media. So I think he took that frustration out and walked off the court. And you seen his post game interview after game 5. He sort of, you know, nonchalantly ended the interview. So yeah, I think he was upset, really upset over losing.
yeah. But man, this has been a fantastic story. And look, if the Knicks in my lifetime, in our lifetime, if they don't win again, I'm fine with that
I expect him to
because
win
we
next
got
year,
one.
Mike.
We got one. We
No,
got one. We can't get greedy. We got one. There's teams and franchises that they're still in major droughts and they haven't won anything.
no, that's true.
So we can get greedy, but hopefully it doesn't take another 53 years. I
No,
hope it
yeah.
doesn't. Now as a Rangers fan,
Oh,
I want that.
that's a
Hopefully
whole
in the
nother
next, because
podcast,
I mean,
Mike.
you got to see it at 94. You got
Yeah,
to see it at
no.
94. I didn't because I was only 3 years old.
Uh,
But
Making me feel old.
hopefully,
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I wish it would have happened in 2014 because that week,
Yeah.
Jason, I graduated from college. The next day was my birthday. And then I went to Atlantic City for the first time. How the Rangers would have won it all against the Kings, I would
Yes,
have
I'm
gone
saying
to
the
the
same thing.
parade, and it
Yes.
would have made that 2 week stretch amazing.
The
But that didn't happen. But still, it was a
the
good
Kings were
time.
favorites.
It was a good time because it was a Stanley Cup final, so I'll give it that. But hopefully in the next 5 to 15 years, I get to see them, win the Stanley Cup. But I already saw the Yankees, the Giants, and now the Knicks. All I'm missing is the Rangers now.
Right, as the teams that you root for, right? But you made me think of Mike Brown when you mentioned Mike Brown. So last year when he got hired, I had a list of names. We had every name on the list of potential head coaches except for Mike Brown. We had like 10 people, maybe even 12 or something like that. I had written down for you, and not one of them, none of them were Mike Brown. And you seen he got the job. He he played the bench more than Thibodeau. In my opinion, that was a big key to this season. And when the Knicks lost and were down 2 games to 1 to Atlanta, I think the coaching staff read the Knicks the riot act. They were like, a lot of you guys are going to be gone. If we're going to lose this first round series to Atlanta, and I think from that moment on, they went on the big winning streak, and that continued. Their play continued, and they resulted in an NBA championship.
Ugh.
And you want to hear
It's just
something funny,
amazing.
Mike?
It's
I'll
just
have to tell you
amazing.
something funny too. The Knicks still in the 5 games didn't play a good game. You know that, right? They
Oh
didn't
no,
shoot the ball
of
well.
course.
They
But
didn't
a win is
play
a
their
win.
defense. No. I'm not arguing. Listen, I don't mind. I'm just saying they could have even played better. That was my point. Like they could have shot. What if the Knicks shot the ball 10% more, or like they did against the other teams? I know San Antonio was a better defensive team, but the Knicks even could have played at least offensively much better, in my opinion. But they won, and I'm happy. Absolutely.
Now, um, about the parade, I mean, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything from the parade. Obviously, they got the keys to the city.
Right.
That was one of my favorite parts. That we also had Alicia Keys, a 17
Right. There were a lot
time
of
Grammy
celebrities.
winner.
A lot of
Like that,
celebrities.
like I'll say this, Jason, that song with Jay-Z, of course, he wasn't there, but it's with Jay-Z because that's his song. That song is great, but at this point I'm tired of it because I've heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised that they were gonna play it there. So that was a cool moment that she was there. She sang the song. You know, getting the keys to say that was also great. Um, I like Mike Brown's speech, Leon Rose's speech, Jalen Brunson. He he let the haters
he
have it. You
he's
know,
the new king of New York. You know, they have the whole who the king of New York is, who's the best sport athlete. You know, it's like a running joke inside thing that goes on. So he dethroned Aaron Judge as the king of New York. So he's gonna hold that title until the Yankees win, hopefully in October of this year, if that's what's gonna happen.
look, in terms of King of the New York right now, it's debatable. You know, yeah, Brunson won, so yeah, you could give it to him right now. But if Judge wins a World Series and he wins World Series MVP,
Oh, he'll
oh,
be the
forget about it.
no, he'll be the new king. Well, to me, it should be whoever won the championship last. So it should be Eli Manning. But it turned into like, okay, who's the best player in all of New York sports? It's sort of like the with the combination of winning with their team. So right now it's Jalen Brunson. Obviously, it's easy because they won the NBA title. But Aaron Judge, of course, could retake that moniker come this October. I mean, the Yankees are going to be a good team come the playoffs, I believe. So, barring injury, like I always say. So, that could be the next championship for New York, the end of this October.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, we'll see.
The
We still got time.
the there's a part of the fan in me that I hope it happens, but there's also the other side because we're realistic. There's
Right,
that
right,
other side where it'd be like, okay, yeah, fine, like it's cute what you're doing in the regular season, but let's see when it really matters. And that's where, you know, because
right. Of course.
we're veterans, we've been through this already many years. So, but
Right, absolutely.
Jason, man, the amount of satisfaction that I feel is immense.
Oh
Is
yeah, no,
immense.
absolutely.
So,
And the
and
NBA title's difficult to win. It's a salary cap league. You have to make the salaries fit. You have to make the Knicks sacrificed Karl Anthony Towns. They asked him to distribute the ball more instead of trying to take 4 shots, and that all worked out in the end. But it's a difficult championship to win. The Knicks in any of the 4 major sports. But any league with a salary cap, it's a difficult. You just can't get anybody you want. You have to fit the team and the salaries in.
and again, this is a reminder why you need role players, why you need bench. Is defense, yes, you need well, in the NBA, defense doesn't exist anymore in the NBA, so I don't even say defense anymore. But I will say role players. You need role players to win championships. You need at least one superstar. I don't believe that you got to have a super team, but you got to have an effective role players. You got to have a bench. And the Knicks, you
You've
know,
seen
they
that,
had their leading guy in Jalen Brunson, and you could say Cat is the second guy right
right?
there, but they
An
have role
OG.
players. You know, Jose Alvarado, he came to the Knicks and he made it a good impact. Landry
He,
Sham made some shots, Deuce
right?
McBride.
No,
I
he was
mean, all
good.
these guys, they stepped up when it mattered most.
So real quick, if you want me to go over some of the Knicks free agents, Mitchell Robinson's a free agent, unrestricted. I believe the Knicks will re-sign him. Larry Shamit's a free agent. I believe the Knicks will re-sign him because he deserves another contract, unless somebody comes out and another team wants to give him a lot of money, but he should be back. Jordan Clarkson's a free agent. I'm not sure if he'll be back. Jeremy Shochan, who they got in free agency or after near the end of the year, he's a free agent. He could come back. I'm not sure. The Knicks have some restricted free agents. Hogelport's a restricted free agent. Diawara, Trey Jameson, Dylan Jones, and Kevin McClure Jr. They have two-way contracts with the D League, so I think they'll be back. And like you mentioned, Jose Alvarado, he has a player option for $4.5 million. I wrote it down. So he may be back, but he might be able to get more money in free agency, or maybe he opts out. The Knicks resign him. But those are the key free agents coming with the Knicks anyway.
And that's going to be the interesting part because, it's not easy to go back to back. It's hard enough to win one championship, but
Right?
to go
No.
back to back is going to make it tougher because we have the business aspect
Right.
of
Right.
sports. So, after the Knicks are done, with all the celebration, they gotta go, into business mode. Who's gonna
Right.
come back?
Back.
Who's gonna leave? Because in this business, and it's very well, Jason, this business, you can't make everyone happy. You can't.
No, of course not.
So there's gonna be some additions and some subtractions.
That's right. And I think
So yeah.
go ahead, and I'll let you finish your thought if you're done. I was just going
Yeah,
to add that, I was real quick. I was just going to add that, I think the Knicks are going to try to keep this team together for the season, and then come the trade deadline, I think they're going to try to go out and get whatever they need, whether it's another guard, maybe a backup center. I think that's what the Knicks thinking will be, and they're try to keep this core as far as possible. Because also, if you go by predictions of the NBA champions for next year, they already have Oklahoma first, San Antonio second, Boston Celtics third, and then it's the New York Knicks. So the Knicks are the world champions, but they are fourth in predictions to win the championship next season. So I think that's what's going to break down for the Knicks. I think the Knicks will try to re-sign Mitchell Robinson and Shamit, and pretty much try to hold out. And whatever they need come February for the trade deadline, they'll go out and try to make a trade for that, whoever they need, whatever position they need.
it's gonna be a fascinating free agency. And we just gotta keep our eyes open. But in the meantime, we're gonna enjoy this one.
Yep,
Jason,
absolutely. Yep.
today we are sitting here as two proud, longtime Knick fans who it is just it's just been phenomenal. There's no other words. I feel like a proud father, a proud brother, proud of everything. And not only I'm just proud of these Knick players, but just everyone, even the fans, the city. It's basically, no, I'm not even gonna say this, but it's just amazing time to be a
Yeah,
Knick
no,
fan.
it's absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't be happier.
Well, Jason, man, it was great to make this comeback content with you, and it came at the right time because I did thought about, today's Friday, so I did thought about
Right.
Tuesday, but then I was like, no, wait. Now that they mentioned that the parade is Thursday, I'm gonna leave that for Friday so that we could go over the parade and everything else has been happening. But I am so happy
You
for
know,
for everyone involved. And again, this is a reminder for guys like you and I and everyone else that is trying to pursue a dream, a career, that some things are gonna take time. It takes time. You're gonna go through some failures, but the point is to, as cliche as it sounds, to never give up. You got to keep going forward and continue to learn. The
right.
Knicks, they lost to the Pacers in 6 games last year.
That's right.
And then the year before that, they should have been the Pacers, but they dealt with the injuries.
Right.
So they've dealt with so many changes, so many ups and downs. but now they're champions. And now it's up to guys like you and I and others to learn from that and apply it to our careers. So thank you, Jason,
No
for
problem.
joining me on this Friday morning, soon about to be afternoon, well, East Coast time. But
Yes, yes.
yes, but thank you so much, man. It's just been phenomenal. And let's see what the next big story will be or something exciting
Right.
so we could do this again.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike. Thanks so much.